My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. Silence. I got it. Cool. What are we gonna glam today? Is it earlier? Or I think it's better to have later question marks. 2 elite, 3 elite. Ooh, spicy. I mean, glam poison would be lovely, but what about like glam? Glam skewer would be pretty funny. Glam flask. Glam the new haze. Apply 4 poison in 1 week to all enemies. Crippling cloud. Welcome back. Double accelerate could be funny, but then you just gotta find. The double phantom blade, double speedster. Give me one of them. Glam one of them. Silent really is the best at fighting Sludge Spinner. With the Weaken and Survivor in the deck, you actually have the ability to consistently get through the fight without taking damage. Poison. It's not bad. I mean, it's incredible. Let's be clear. I'm very happy to have it. I can guarantee the frontliner is dead before the end of this turn. Cost me 1 health, but then I just get free reign to focus. Wow. That sucks. Oh, you got me. Oh, that sucks. I could take 6 damage to kill you this turn, or I could take 4 damage to full defend and then try and cycle and take no damage. Actually, I can take 4 damage and kill you. Even better. Leg sweep. Hopefully I get a second strike in this next hand. Nice. Double strike kills the back line, and then Deadly Poison's got the front line. Dead. Admittedly, another Deadly Poison does make a lot of sense. Especially with Lagavulin and Matriarch at the end of this floor, neither Ricochet nor Blade Dance makes much sense, so I'll take that. Also, all of that poison on turn 1 versus the Living Fog. Huge! Legitimately ridiculous how much of an impact that's going to have for us. We would usually have to account for somewhere between, like, 20 and 30 damage to take this fight this early. It's not third Deadly Poison. Deflect, I think, so that I have the ability to defend comfortably while I'm spending out. Deadly Poison leg sweep next turn. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, both of the poison cards get upgraded first. Storm of Steel. Now that does discard a full hand. No. I'm going to take Dagger Spray as a little bit of AoE support because I have none of it. I've just got elite. Like, I should probably have a little bit of AoE support in this deck. Given that I don't have a shop anytime soon, literally not even in this act, I'm just going to take the basic money. No need for greed. I've been taking greed a lot recently, to be clear, by the way. I think it's okay that I not take it from time to time. Great. So I'll take 7 damage this turn. But the backliner is already dead. before it ever attacks. And we've got additional poison and damage on the Phantasmal Gardener that is first going... I was going to say first going to buff itself, and then immediately the game was like, excuse me? And showed me the actual one that's going to be buffing first. Ooh. Oh, you're... I counted wrong. I thought I had that enemy dead without having to use a potion. Where? Another unmitigated 19. Ah! Oh, that sucks. Well, how much health did I have before? 37. I lost that fight. God damn. Let me grab a backflip. Use a lantern. I'm going to upgrade a card here. That's going to seem insane, but I'm going to use both of my potions to get through the next combat. And then I'm going to rest on the other side to take advantage of the tiny mailbox. Deadly poison, leg sweep. That's the best first turn possible, admittedly. That actually sets up for the possibility that we might get through this fight legitimately taking no damage. If I can keep that ghost in a jar, I will. And I can. Vajra gives us 1 point of strength at the top of the combat. That's AoE and haze. Apply poison and AoE. God damn. So I know what elite that's going to be. Phantasmal, Abyssal, which means you're Skulking Colony. I'm really good against Skulking Colony with this deck. I am going to take a risk. I'm going to cut a rest out so that I can take this additional shop. I didn't intend to do this. That's why greed was still not the right choice there. I'm going to take the additional shop and the additional question mark. I'm going to push my relic, push my ghost in a jar to try and give me additional value in this fight, and then rest to get 2 full potions on the other end. Noxious Fumes is consistent AoE. I like it, but Expose is also really nice. No, Noxious Fumes and removal. I'm not going to be able to win this without taking that much damage. This is thank you for the injury. And Snecko Skull! Whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. Yeah, okay. I think that was actually the best outcome possible. Double poison. Drop the fumes. Damn, this guy's screwed. I literally didn't even have to use the potion. Tincture. Whenever you discard a card during your turn, deal 3 damage to a random enemy for each card discarded. And hey, it's got to be footwork. Yeah, defense coverage on top of this. As much as Bouncing Flask is hilarious, it's got to be footwork. And here's... You can hear it. You can hear it in my voice, right? And here's where I think I make the wildest goddamn decision the whole run. Upgrade footwork. It's a defensive play. It's still a defensive play. Noxious Fumes, leg sweep, neutralize, start them up with a bunch of turns of weakness. Good morning. Double defend. I'm on 1 HP. Footwork, backflip, and Survivor. Cool, no damage to me. Figured this was going to happen. Haze will cut 3 or 4 damage off you. Yeah, so I have to use the Ghost in Jar this turn, no choice. Oh, shucks. Oh, boy. I need just one more turn, literally. Can I get it? I've got it. No mistakes ever! Hell yeah! Cure all. Let's go, baby. Master Planner is going to give, like, the entire deck slide, but then I don't do anything about that. Tracking gives multiple to the dagger spray damage, which does nothing. And Shadow Step discards our whole hand to do nothing. We take Master Planner, because then we can take advantage of Tincture in the future. Because we're already going to want to do that. Golden Path is not looking bad here. This is a pretty middling floor, if I had to say so myself. Upgrading 4 cards would be lower costs, Master Planner, upgrade the Haze for... Oh, it gets a second turn a week. God damn, that's powerful. Storybook. Storybook. Storybook is Storybook, and Storybook is good. We all know Storybook good. I think I gotta take the 4 upgrades. Master Planner cost reduction, Haze for a second turn. I think we've got to get Noxious and Leg Sweep. Not a great first turn, but it full defends us. How mad can you be about a turn that full defends you? Well, it almost full defends us, sorry. Just to be clear, it doesn't actually full defend us. It's fine, I can waste damage here. The front line just gets staggered after this, so I can just choose to finish the rest of the fight at my own pace. GG. Cunning Potion, add 3 upgraded shivs into your hand. In terms of... Ooh, I think I still take Echoing Slash. And in terms of, like, immediate damage for a single target, I feel like that Cunning Potion is going to be important. Like, breaking the block of one of the Tunnelers in particular comes to mind. With only 13 incoming damage this turn, I don't actually need to leg sweep an enemy who's going to be trying to hit me. Drop Cunning Pot this turn so that I can... 7... Yeah, still defend reasonably as well. GG. Okay, I'm feeling pretty potent. Even without Echoing Slash, that was a real easy fight for us. I don't need another Deadly Poison. Oh, tough to do nothing on your first turn there. Okay, I'll Echoing Slash. That's really important. And I'm going to use Cure All for the additional energy this turn so that I can still get out a Deadly Poison, because otherwise I'm going to start seeing the turns where that enemy starts doing real damage. Yep. Perfect, that'll do it. They're dead before they can do the big hit. 25. GG. Dodge and Roll is an appropriate defensive choice for a deck with the footwork. Deadly Poison Haze. And the Haze even weakens for 2 turns. Hell yeah. God, that's so good. Yeah, I'm going to weaken here. I take 2 damage in order to extend the weaken, because this turn's also a 19 down to 14. And yeah, that saved his HP to a ton. GG. I'm open to Bubble for boss fights. Sick. I'm not going to play Master Planner this cycle. If I can ignore Parafright while weakening it here, that's going to be the play. Strike Echoing, that's not going to do it. GG. Aggro. God, that draw access. I'm about to go into the possible Desi fight, so I'll hit the Echoing Slash upgrade. Haze and Leg Sweep are so goddamn important here. Can't ignore either of them. Footwork would have been lovely if I could have played it. I think I'm so much better prepared for this fight than many other fights that I should save my potions as best I can here. Yeah, I think I've got to take the 7 that turn just to guarantee. That'll do it, GG. Fight's over. Bronze... God, if I had that beforehand. I actually have enough density of Weaken in this deck that Backflip presents more block for us than Leg Sweep does. Permafrost. First time you play a Power Each combat, gain 7 block. Love that. Hey, I'll use a power for 7 block this turn. Backflip neutralize, backflip, and Echoing Slash. Finding the right time to poison this bad boy is going to be tough. Enemy's already weakened, so dropping Haze doesn't even help us this turn. Survivor does actually, it gives you 8 damage, defends me for 11, so better done than not. 1000% I have to play double deadly poison this turn. God damn it. Leg sweep, dodge and roll, huge. Off of the back of exclusively that, we might still have potential to win. No, backflip. Yeah, backflip puts us into lethal, though. I literally had the deck spot to save that, though. I'm going to use the deck spot to save that. I'm not going to use it earlier in the fight, to be clear. I'm going to use it on the turn that I knew I was going to die if I didn't use it. And that seems useful. 1, 2. I'll make every single play the same otherwise. This was leg sweep strike. I don't want to use information I otherwise wouldn't have had access to. I just want to use the deck spot that I did have access to. Survivor and... Now it's not this turn, it's next turn. Yes. GG. Literally gets us out the other side on 1 health. Attack potion, sidestep, dash, phantom blades does nothing for us. I'd be able to utilize the sidestep for sure. I'll bank left, take the rest, hit a swift, and flexbot doesn't matter that much to us. Festive Popper, 9 damage to all enemies at the top of the combat. Matters a lot here because we immediately run into the Decimillipede fight. I'm very much looking into dropping Haze, but actually just Haze leg sweep, I think. Leg sweep the target that's buffing itself this turn, neutralize Haze. Unfortunately, we are weakened. Yeah, so Echoing Slash is hard to set up here. I'll have to use an attack potion. Predator 12. Then 1 and 2. And Echoing Slash through all of them. GG. Good fight. Bag of Preparation and Power Potion. I need to ignore this extra bubble. I'm putting too many bubbles in this deck. I do think another dodge and roll still makes sense here, though. Prepared. I think it's got to be prepared and removal, I think, at this point. Impatience is pretty damn good for it. No, because the attacks that I have in hand are attacks I don't want to play. But that math will change over the course of the run. I like the idea of Impatience, but with those 4 strikes, it becomes real tough. I'm gonna take Impatience. I think we can get through that. Let's upgrade Prepared. Drop a potion, sorry, a power potion at the top of the combat. Sick. Tools the trade, draw an additional card and discard a card each turn. I'll use Haze and Bubble, then dodge and roll. Love it. Set up the additional weaken on the Insatiable. Footwork, dodge and roll, frantic escape, and sidestep. So we'll take 1 damage this turn, but we've got our deck set up as well as weaken on the enemy for this big combat turn. Drop Echoing Slash, nice. Giving us the ability to play Impatience because the attack has been discarded. I'm going to defend and backflip just for additional defense here. Noxious Fumes. Prepared our way through a couple of cards and discard them. Sick. Deadly Poison, and then Frantic Escape for the clear. Oh, God. Oh, this has gone so well. Leg Sweep on the ideal turn for it. Deadly Poison gets cast from the top deck by Sly. And Dodge and Roll blocks this and next turn. Got 2 turns of Runaway. Let's play that Deadly Poison for free. And the enemy's dead. Yep. Yeah, that worked out really well. I'd love to have a Tools to Trade actually natively in this deck. Burst, Serpent, it's Burst. Abrasive is a little bit hard for us to play. I'd love additional energy here. Additional energy at the start of each turn, but powers cost 1 more. I have 3 powers in the deck. One of them I don't often need to play at all. Yeah, I think I'm more open to the Spike Gauntlets than I usually would be. And hell, I could probably be persuaded quite easily, in fact, to either remove the Noxious Fumes from the deck or just never play it. I say right before playing Noxious Fumes and another power, but on turn 1 with 5 energy, that's when you play powers. Master Plan to defend, get the Dagger Spray out of hand so Impatience can draw. Lovely to see all of our powers already in play. Now I just get to benefit from all the extra energy. Burst, Leg Sweep, Strike. I know the next card on the top of the deck is a very important poison, so I'll leave it there. There we go. GG. Oh, upgraded Prepared. Exactly what we need for the second cycle of this deck. I have a shop in a couple spaces time. I'm gonna neglect... Oh, God, it's difficult not to take the Venerable Tea set, though. Oh, it's really tough. It's too tough. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the Happy Flower. I'm also going to grab the Blood Vial, and then this shop is just going to be useless for us, sadly. Oh, never mind. This shop is going to be very useful for us, because I've got regrets. And 300 gold to spend. We're not going to have time to benefit from Master Planner in this, so not worth spending that extra energy on. Deadly Poison, Bubble, Bubble. And then defend, 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 just to get cards out of hand, so the regret only deals 3 damage to us. Yeah. I just utterly do not have the damage for it, sadly. Accelerant would have helped. I'm going to remove the regret and take an acrobatics, especially with the additional energy in this deck. I mean, Echoing Slash seems like a good idea, but I really don't think it will be here. Noxious Fumes turn 1, I think I kind of need to benefit from, right? Especially because it gives us additional block. I am going to just stack a huge amount of poison on the Frail Knight in the front line. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed that it's dead very soon. All of our upgrades were taken away. Thankfully, Haze is still lethal here. Then dodge and roll, defend. No footwork out, so the dodge and rolls are a little less impactful. And I say a little less, I mean a lot less impactful than they otherwise would be. Okay, footwork. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, I get to weaken them, huh? God, we're taking a big amount of damage to that. I am gonna have to dodge everything after this point, I think. Touch of Insanity, Blood Vial, the real one, and upgraded acrobatics. Centennial Puzzle, first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. I'll rest here and then drop a Swift Pot for a Radiant Tincture. We'll retain our Touch of Insanity. That's why we have an Echoing Slash in the deck. GG. With strikes left in this deck, it's really difficult to just give you a dodge and roll. Haze. You can have defend though. Not going to keep digging past that point. Tough. The ideal outcome here would have been finding a... Piercing Well's pretty good as well, actually. But the ideal outcome would have been finding a copy of... what do you call it? Accelerant. Yeah. Against the non-AoE fights this floor, we're also much better, so I'm comfortable taking this fight. Survivor. And I'll go Bubble Bubble. Also, I am going to be resting after this, so I should be open. Yeah. I really should have done this earlier. Weaken Haze and dodge and roll. Yeah, I think I'm better prepared, actually. Going for the full defense there rather than echoing and then trying to draw. Sidestep, I can... Keep him leg swept. Easy, yeah, because the follow-up's probably going to be lethal, GG. Skill potion, rather, and an oddly smooth stone for 1 dex. Nope, none of those needed for us. Thank you kindly. I'll rest, grab us a block pot, and I'll happily take that there. Let's go! Poison should help us shred through this guy pretty quickly. Ooh, Master Plan at turn 1. Second cycle is going to be pretty good for us as well. I'm going to play Echoing Slash so I can Impatience. Nice. Defend. Acro. Discard. And then that creates a Wither that I can also get rid of. Nice. Take 2 damage that turn and draw additional cards. Now, Footwork and Noxious Fumes are both available. Noxious Fumes is important for the artifact shredding here, especially. I'll take 12. And now all of our powers are out. Backflip will prepared past that. Perfect. Weaken, Deadly Poison, and then I get a Weaken on you after. So now you've got Poison and Weaken already started. And we've got Sly on our most important cards, and we're cycling through the additional deck. This is setup. This is as setup gets. Legacy Haze. I would have loved to involve Burst that turn, but it didn't feel appropriate. Got to get rid of the Withers. That Impatience not going to be able to do anything here. Dodge and roll. Especially because I'm going to need additional health to get through the first phase of the test subject, especially. Trying to make sure all of them are Sly for the next cycle. This is what I would call a dead draw. Doesn't draw anywhere near enough to actually comfortably do something for us. Sadly, the best coverage I have is Untouchable here. Untouchable, Piercing Well, Defend. And then I should throw the additional turn of Weakness. 5 turns of Weaken? No, it's not important. Sadly, the Withers do huge damage now, so I really need to be discarding them consistently or I'm screwed. Survivor, the Dagger Spray, Impatience, nice. And I'm dead. 30 incoming damage this turn. We're defended against 33, but then the Wither does 9 to us. Gosh! Oh, we're over 30 minutes as well! What the hell? This is what I get. This is what I get and what I deserve. That's because I used the potion to save myself 1 health against the Dorito, isn't it? It's because I cheated. God damn. I thought we were going to be comfortable in that second cycle just because of the amount of discard that we had access to, but it really doesn't matter if you don't draw the draw as well. It's really dangerous going into the next cycle of the Wither, especially because the Wither, by then, is usually dealing more damage, and there's more of them. So if you do draw a hand with a couple of Withers and you can't account for all of them, your blocks probably block for about as much as a Wither is doing, so suddenly you're really just treading water there in that Eon Glass fight. What What else could I have done to better prepare for Eon Glass there? I used my potions in that fight and then took the additional ones. I'm fine with the potions I had in the Eon Glass fight. Not particularly dismayed by that. We did get weakened out on pretty much the appropriate turn. We paid a little bit of HP. We paid probably about 20 HP in the first couple of turns so that I'd have the ability to play our powers out. But it was really important to have those both active. Maybe Piercing Whale was a bad card for that. I was especially eager to have Piercing Whale for the test subject afterwards, who has more multi-attacks, especially in the second phase. So Piercing Whale can usually buy you like 16 full HP on a turn like that. Burst not being upgraded, so I can't take additional advantage. It's a bit tough, but I don't think that really changed the outcome of that boss fight. Big fan of the new haze, admittedly. That did incredible work throughout the entire run. I also think we picked up about as much AoE as we needed. So better scaling for a single enemy. I think, unfortunately, like, I really don't want this to be my answer, because the answer is then, I've done nothing wrong, and I've never done anything wrong, and I'll never do anything wrong. But, like, I've done nothing wrong. I'll never do it. I'm kidding. It feels like the answer is, I saw Deadly Poison here. I started to build around Deadly Poison and Poison as our main theme, and then we never saw an accelerant the entire time. And without an accelerant, without a multiplier, you really need to have full control of the fight defensively to be able to use Poison consistently. Otherwise, you need it to trigger faster, which that's accelerant, and we just literally never saw an accelerant in the entire run. I even tried to give myself opportunities to do so, but alas. Is there anything else here that needs to be mentioned? I thinkn't. Therefore, I amn't. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Top left is a series playlist for all the content of the game past, present, and future. YouTube recommendations, and down below, streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out of both, thank you, and a special thanks this episode to Jazzy. Hopefully, y'all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see y'all next time.